Most people think the scariest part of a delivery job is getting robbed. But trust me, seeing what is waiting for you behind the door is so much worse. I had been driving for DoorDash for about 6 months. It is usually boring work, but last Tuesday, I got an order that made me delete the app for good. It was 11:45 p.m. The order was just a single pepperoni pizza and a bottle of soda. The drop-off location was in a part of town that was not exactly bad, but it was old. Lots of trees, dim streetlights, houses set far back from the road. The instructions were specific. Usually, it is just, leave at door. This one said in all caps, do not ring doorbell. Grandma is sleeping. Come around to the back porch and leave it on the chair. Now I know what you're thinking. I should not have gone to the back, but I needed the tip. I walked around the side of the house. It was dead silent, except for the rain. The grass was tall, brushing against my jeans. I turned the corner to the backyard, and there it was, a single wooden chair sitting in the middle of the patio. I put the pizza down. That's when I got this prickly feeling on the back of my neck. You know that feeling when you know you're not alone? If you've ever had that gut instinct scream at you to run, you know exactly what I felt in that moment. I stood up and looked at the sliding glass door leading into the kitchen. The lights were off inside, but then a flash of lightning hit. For a split second, the kitchen was illuminated, and standing right against the glass, nose pressed against the door, was a man. He was not looking at the pizza. He was looking directly at me, and he was smiling. I didn't wait for the thunder. I bolted. I ran back to my car, locked the doors, and peeled out of there. Here's the part that keeps me up at night. About 20 minutes later, I got a notification on my phone from the customer. It didn't say, thanks for the food. It just said, you forgot the soda. Come back. That first story was just a warning, but this next one, sent in by a subscriber named Alex, will make you think twice before accepting a delivery in an industrial area. If you're enjoying these stories, make sure to subscribe to 3 a.m. Terror so you never miss a nightmare. Now, let's get into story number 2. This next story was sent in by a subscriber named Alex. It happened 2 years ago when he was delivering Chinese food. It was a large order, about $80 worth of food. The address led him to an industrial park, one of those areas with warehouses and storage units that are completely empty at night. He pulled up to Unit 4. There were no cars in the parking lot, just a single light flickering over a metal door. Alex called the number on the receipt. It rang and rang and rang. Finally, someone picked up. A voice, scratchy and deep, whispered, "The door is open. Bring it in." Now, Alex isn't stupid, but what he saw next made him question his reality. He tried the door handle. It was unlocked. He pushed it open, just a crack. Inside, it was pitch black. "Hello? Delivery?" Alex shouted. From the darkness, way in the back, a voice echoed, "Just leave it on the desk. I am coming." Alex took 2 steps inside. The air smelled stale, like rust and old copper. As his eyes adjusted, he noticed something on the floor. It was a cell phone, just sitting there in the middle of the concrete floor, lighting up. He looked closer. The phone was ringing, and the caller ID said, "Chinese Palace Driver." It was Alex's own call. The person he was talking to wasn't in the back of the warehouse. The phone on the floor was the one he had called.
That meant the voice he heard wasn't coming from a customer. It was coming from someone hiding behind a stack of crates just 5 feet away from him. Alex threw the food at the darkness and scrambled backward. He didn't even close the door. He jumped into his car and reversed so fast he almost hit a pole. As his headlights swept across the open warehouse door, he saw 3 men stepping out of the shadows, holding baseball bats.
Alex was lucky he made it out of that industrial park alive. But some traps are set right inside our own homes. The final story for tonight takes us to a lonely apartment complex at 3 a.m. It's a reminder that sometimes a cry for help is just a way to get you to open the door. Before we reach the end, don't forget to like this video and tell us in the comments which of these stories chilled you the most. Now, let's finish this. There is something unsettling about apartment complexes at 3 a.m. The endless hallways, the identical doors. I had a delivery for apartment 304. I took the elevator up. It was an old building, the kind where the elevator shakes when it stops. I walked down the hall, 301, 302, 303. The door to 304 was already slightly open. I knocked on the frame. "Pizzas," I announced. Nothing. I waited a solid minute. I was about to leave the food and go. But then I heard a sound from inside the apartment. It sounded like weeping. Soft, muffled crying. I should have walked away, but my curiosity got the better of me. I pushed the door open with my foot. Is everything okay? The apartment was completely empty. No furniture, no TV, just empty carpet. The crying was coming from a closet at the end of the hall. I walked in slowly. The vibe was heavy. It felt wrong. I reached the closet door. The crying stopped the second I touched the handle. I yanked the door open. There was nobody there, just a small, battery-operated tape recorder sitting on the floor, playing a loop of someone crying. My blood ran cold. This was a lure. I spun around to leave, and that is when I saw it. Behind the front door, the door I had just walked through, was a man standing with a knife. He had been behind the door the whole time, waiting for me to walk past him into the trap. I didn't think. I threw the hot pizza box right into his face. The cheese must have burned him because he screamed and dropped the knife. I sprinted down that hallway faster than I have ever run in my life. I didn't wait for the elevator. I took the stairs, 3 at a time. I reported it to the police. They investigated apartment 304. They found the tape recorder. But they also found something else in the closet. A sleeping bag and photos of me, taken from my car while I was waiting at the restaurant. He had been following me all night. Delivery drivers are often told to be careful of the roads. But as we've seen tonight, the road isn't always the danger. It's the destination. So the next time you hear a knock at your door at 3 a.m. or you see a car idling outside your house for just a little too long, don't just ignore it because someone might be waiting for you to let them in. If you have a story that's too terrifying to keep to yourself, send it to the email in the description. Your nightmare could be our next video. Stay safe and keep your lights on. We'll see you in the dark.